Hi guys, welcome to my kitchen. Today you're in here because I am making baby food. I wanted to make this video just to show everybody how easy it is. Let's get to it. So what I like about the baby bullet is it is just so simple. All you have to do to start it is push down and you can lock it into place, or you can just press down on it and pulse it as you want to. It really is dummy proof. There's not a lot to it. I like simple designs. That's why I gravitated towards the baby bullet over like the baby Brisa and other designs that are just a little bit more involved, I suppose. This is a basic blender. It has two chopping tools. I always use this one. This is more for chopping up cereal or grains. It also comes with this attachment where you can make a single serving. This would be nice if you're making an avocado or a banana, something that you can make quick. What I'm making today are things that I know my baby loves. She loves her pears, her sweet potatoes, zucchini, yellow squash, and I'm making bananas again because the last time I made banana baby food, I messed up a little bit, and I'm trying something new today. The prep work includes heating up 4 pots of water, or however many pots you need. I'm making 4 things that need to be cooked, so I'm getting these to a boil. But in the meantime, while I'm waiting for those to boil, we'll start with the bananas and avocado. For sleeves and get to work. I'll start with 1/3 cup of water for these 2 bananas. I'm sure I'll have to add more. I think that the banana turned out a little watery, so I'm still gonna freeze it. If your batch turns out a little watery, what I do is whenever I go to use it, I just put a little bit of rice cereal in it. See how it's soupy? It's easier for me to feed her if it's a little thicker than that. So I don't really love that consistency. Next time for 2 large bananas, I will not add 1/3 cup. Maybe I'll start with 1/4 cup. So what I've done here is I've scooped out 2 large avocados. I start with 1/3 cup of water and then adjust as needed. Okay, so you can see it's really lumpy and it's having a hard time going through the mixer, so I am going to add a little bit more water. Just teeny bits at a time. Okay, so it's a little bit thinner than peanut butter consistency. There's no more lumps, and I am happy with this mixture. I added 1 more dash of water. Okay, so here's another tip for you guys. Make sure that when you go to mix your baby food, make sure the bottom part is secured very well, because now I get the lovely pleasure of cleaning up all this avocado in the bottom. This is the 2nd time I've done this, so it's pretty easy to do. It's time to talk storage, guys. So there's many options when it comes to baby food storage. You can even use something like an ice cube tray. In my opinion, you just have to cover it with cling wrap. So these are just the things that I got. I purchased these guys from Amazon. I love them. It has a silicone inside and a plastic outside to all of it. It is small servings, and honestly I prefer these because sometimes Pippa wants to eat 1 little serving of food, which would be 1 of these dots, but sometimes she wants 2, so it's just really easy to pop these out, and I just like the storage in them. This one is a little bit bigger of an option now that she's getting a little older, been eating a while. She has been eating bigger servings, so this is nice when I know she wants to eat a bigger serving. And she also gave me this one. It is kind of like an ice cube tray. That's where I got the idea that you could probably do an ice cube tray. The only thing about this storage is it's harder to pop this out than the silicone options. So if I was gonna buy any, honestly, I'd go with the ones that I bought. They have great reviews and I got them off of Amazon, very accessible, but I just like that 2 of them fits nicely in my storage containers, and it's just all around the easiest option, I think. Boiling pot, so I'm going to start putting my yellow squash in. I cut them in about inch increments, and the littler you cut them, obviously the quicker they'll cook, but this is what I like to do. So I'll put these in this little pot here. This pot just maybe a little bit too little for this. Shoot. Well, we're just gonna move it over. Here is reserved for my sweet potatoes because I have the most of those. I used to skin them and then put them in, but skinning them before they're boiled is really hard, and once they're boiled, the skin peels right off. I'm trying to work smarter, not harder when it comes to this baby food. These take the longest to cook, so I just let them simmer on low. Put the zucchini into 1-inch increments and just gonna let them simmer on low. They will cook down. It's a little tightly packed in there, but they'll cook down. So my pears are what's gonna take the most prep work. I'm going to skin the pears before I boil them. Just a little bit of lemon juice to my bananas because they do oxidize and they do sweeten over time. You do not want very much, no more than 1/2 teaspoon, because you don't want your baby to taste the lemon. They will not like it. Maybe they will, but I don't think that they will. So let's go ahead and pour this baby. So this was 2 bananas. Oops. Maybe I should do this and then talk to you. Let's try this again from a different angle. Oops. Still doing it. All right, try to just not overflow it like that because it'll get stuck to the top of the tray and it will be harder to separate. So the banana made 13 little bubbles into this tray. I tried to clean it up a bit. Like I said, try not to get it on the top here because that will stick to the plastic and it's just going to make your life harder once things are time. I have all of my baby food, all of my future baby food simmering, and it will simmer for probably an hour. I'll come back and check on it, stir occasionally, but this has to cook down. Guys, so I did all my prep work and all my baby food that needs to be fixed so far is simmering. It is currently 1:15. I will check back with you in probably an hour, maybe a little less, and we'll go from there. It's just about 2 o'clock. It's been 45 minutes since we started. I have my fork here and I'm going to test, see where we're at. I'm sure the sweet potatoes are very hard still. Oh, actually they're starting to get a little soft. Oh, that one's real soft. Soft. So what I'm looking for is just that it slides in there nice and easy. I don't have to, that one's a little hard yet. That one's a little hard, that one's soft. Alright, so I'd say about 20 more minutes for those guys and they'll be done. I'm sure the pears are done because, yeah, the pears are done. They cook pretty fast. Back here, I think we need just a little bit more time. We're getting there though. That one's almost done. I'd say about 10 more minutes on that guy. And then this one, the water's cooked down a lot. And the ones on top are still a little bit bit hard, but the ones at the bottom you can see are just kind of flaking apart. That's what we want. I don't add any water to the pears. I am just gonna go ahead and mix it up. Nice applesauce-like consistency. I was adding water to my first few batches and it was way too watery. Again, you can add cereal to fix. Okay, time for the zucchini. I didn't add any water to this either. I think that some of these fruits and vegetables suck up enough water when I'm boiling them, so let's get to it. A little bit thinner than applesauce consistency here, but you can see. Squash time. Didn't add water to this either. Sweet potatoes are done, so I'm going to show you how I cut them and plop them out without very much waste, and show you why I did it afterwards other than before. This in 2 batches. I added 3 sweet potatoes in here and 1/3 cup of water. So I'm happy with this mixture. This is probably too thick for a kid that is first eating. You'll need to add some more water, make it thinner than what this is. But Pippa's been eating for a while now and I think that this consistency is nice. It is less messy when I'm feeding her this way, and it's just personally what. So look at all of this baby food we got from our produce. Pretty much all that's left to do is to freeze it and for my baby to eat it. Did go ahead and put some of the baby food into the baby food containers that come with the baby bullet. And I wanted to show you who wants all of this in their freezer all the time, taking up all that space. Once the baby food is frozen, I take it out and I put it into bags like this. It's important that you label it and see what day it is because the baby food does go bad. 3 to 6 months, just depending on what it is, you need to use it. But once you have a baby that starts eating a lot, you're not going to have a problem going through that. You just need to keep it labeled. If you're anything like me, you can't keep track. So I did put a little bit of the zucchini, fresh zucchini in there, and I have some avocado from a previous time I made baby food thawing. Alright guys, so I'm gonna wrap things up here. I just wanted to give you a couple more tips and tricks when it comes to making baby food. Number 1, I'm sure you all noticed, I did give my baby bullet a jiggle during every food processing. I wouldn't say you need to do it very hard at all, just enough so that the bigger chunks of sweet potato or zucchini, whatever it is, gets down there and it gets processed. You could always use a spatula, and that's a more gentle way of doing things, but I like to get things done. I like to get in and out there, especially today because it's a beautiful day and I want to enjoy it. Had to stop, thought the baby was crying, but she's out like a light. What else? Sight and taking things slow the first couple times is going to be your best friend, because whenever I first started making the baby food a month and a half ago, I just went by a recipe, and quite frankly, those recipes don't work because you could have a humongous zucchini or you could have a little zucchini. And also when you're boiling a vegetable or a fruit, some take on a lot of water, some take on none. So take for instance, I know you don't boil this, but with the banana, I did have to add water because a banana's very dense, so is the sweet potato, but the zucchini and the yellow squash, it took on lots of water. So you just need to experiment. You'll get into a groove. It's really easy. And another thing is, if you do not want to, if if you would rather feed your baby pre-made food, there is nothing wrong with that. There's plenty of great nutritious options when it comes to feeding your baby. I remember when I couldn't breastfeed, I was absolutely devastated. A fed baby is a happy baby, and as long as your baby is fed and happy, who cares how it's done? I just want to help those out there that want to do this for their kids. Also, I want to say I highly recommend the Baby Bullet. It is literally dummy proof in my opinion. It comes with everything you need, including a recipe book. I don't know how accurate a recipe book is, but it gives you somewhere to start as well. It's so easy to assemble, very easy to clean, and I'm going to continue to use it. I am so happy with my purchase. I like simple designs, and that's about as simple as it gets. I hope this video helped you all out. There's no better time than now in quarantine to try to make some baby food. We all have a little extra time on our hands, and good luck to you all. Comment down below and let me know how it went. See you on the next one.